Studio Galaxy 473, and we're in Confer. And this morning we have with us Joshua. Joshua is a man from the Bible. Joshua. And then we have with us this morning Peter. Peter Andall. Well, I don't know, no stranger to anybody. And we have with us in the studio Michael Batiste. And we're discussing Caribbean Agriculture Symposium. The Caribbean Agriculture Symposium. Well, I think this is a correct time for us to start to speak about agriculture, not only in Grenada, but throughout the Caribbean. And the Caribbean, some of the challenges that we have in Grenada, we have it in the other islands too. So we're going to have Mr. Andall, Peter Andall, and Joshua, and we will be in the studio speaking about Caribbean Agriculture Symposium. You can participate too. The number to call is 410-3030. But you can also write posts, and we will read some of your posts once we get a chance. Yes, Joshua.
Yes, good morning to everybody at home and in the diaspora worldwide. It's a real pleasure for me this morning to have in the studio with us Mr. Peter Andall. Peter Andall is a man that's, I think, the country has not made the most of. He's a man that has built an empire. I know a little kind of bit from starting with a bakery, but I'll ask him to tell us how he built his empire in a minute. But he's a man that is to be admired. As far as I'm concerned, he should be one of our senators in Parliament because he's full of knowledge, he's full of intelligence. And the thing I love about Peter is that he's never too busy, unlike other people, to give a helping hand, to give some advice. And I have gone to him personally over the years with poultry. He's been more than willing to help. Some of his views has encouraged me. I was doing sweet potatoes and I had the little sweet potato. I said, Peter, can I do something with the little sweet potatoes? It's great for potato salad. He says, well, bring it to the restaurant. Let them see what they could do. So he's never too busy for the small man. He is a very humble, inspiring man that personally I admire greatly. So, Peter, maybe we could start by telling us how did you start this empire?
Okay, well, good morning. Good morning to everyone listening. My story is is pretty long, and I doubt we have time here,
Or make it short.
to discuss it.
Summarize it.
You know, but yeah, I left
How
school.
did you start?
I'll tell you, I left school prematurely. I would say. I won a scholarship in those days. I don't know. They used to give I think 12 scholarship under 14 and 24 scholarship under 12. And I was fortunate to get a scholarship under 14. And I went to school, McDonald College. I spent 4 years there. Did those days not CXC, GCE, O levels. Yes. I got 5 subjects, and I say, well, of course, let me continue my education. But unfortunately, times are really hard. Your parents very poor,
Hmm.
difficult.
Yeah.
So I spent 1 month in GBSS and I left.
Hmm.
Went straight to work.
Hmm.
And actually, I held 2 jobs in my lifetime. One with the then Central Water Commission, that was the precursor to NAWASA.
Hmm.
And then I went to work at Holiday Inn, again, the precursor to what is now the Radisson Hotel.
Right.
And while I was there, every summer, from April to November, the hotel would close. They would cease the operation or curtail the operations. And by that time, I had my first little car. I lived in a rented house, and I was like, man, if they close, how do I pay my bills? You know,
Hmm.
that inspired me to open a little shop.
Hmm.
downstairs where I was living.
Right.
And that was the beginning. Believe it or not, that was the beginning. You know? And I grew from there and went into baking, and you know my story about baking,
Yeah.
you know, and continued, you
Yeah.
know. So a very, very, very small beginning. So in a nutshell,
Yeah.
that is how I am, where I am today.
Well, thank God for your footsteps, because what you've done since then has been an inspiration to so many that you don't know and some that you know. But today we want to talk about the bigger picture, because, like so many of us, in the rural economy and in Grenada as a whole, we're passionate about agriculture. We want agriculture to flourish and to strive. But it seems, despite our best wishes, agriculture is actually declining. The last report that we had, agriculture had contracted by about 6%. And those of us who have the passion for agriculture, we want something to be done. Now, I know you are having a symposium on agriculture. Maybe you could tell us what that is all about and how we can participate.
All right, great. So let me start with agriculture in general in Grenada.
Okay.
Because forever I'm hearing our leaders say we got to be self-sufficient in food,
Yeah, yeah.
we got to plant more, we got to grow more. And to me, it's all platitudes. There is no effort. I'm sorry, guys. There is no effort in this country by the powers that be to boost agriculture. None. Despite all the talk you hear, there is just no effort. And it's not just this administration, previous ones all say the same thing: agriculture, agriculture, agriculture. But there is no effort. I'm getting the feeling that they are not putting effort into agriculture because there's nothing to begin financially by them.
Mm-hmm.
You see hotels building all the time, they boosting it up, all kind of um, duty free concession, all sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Agriculture, nothing.
Yeah.
So we keep talking about agriculture, but the effort to boost agriculture is not there. And you could see there is no desire really. Just talk. Just talk.
But Peter, coming from a man like you who was involved with MNIB and the years of experience you have, I also know that you're a farmer. That is a damning indictment against the policymakers who are supposed to boost agriculture, because from what you're saying, it seems as though you're very clear. They talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. What can we do?
Well, that's a good question. I've been to a number of Caribbean countries, and in some countries, my friend, what they have there is rock,
Mhm.
limestone rock.
Oh gosh.
I'm telling you, they don't have water.
Yeah,
There is some Caribbean countries that have no, they don't even have a river.
right.
The water is brackish salt.
Wow.
Yet still they're trying to grow food. And I'm saying, look at Grenada. We have soil, we have water in abundance, we have sunshine throughout the year.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
All the ingredients we need to grow anything. I mean, just about everything we can grow here in Grenada.
mm-hmm. Okay, that's good
Yet
to hear.
still, we are lagging behind.
Mhm.
The entire country is almost bush vine. I mean, it's
Yeah, it's probably best that Mr. Pierre tell you what the country has grown. Mr. Pierre, what it is?
We talk about the tree bees,
Yeah, yeah.
Balijay, bamboo, and bocano, and vine.
I mean, the thing is, it's almost embarrassing. It is almost embarrassing.
Mhm.
When you see what we have here, listen, soil is precious, my friend.
Mhm.
Land is precious.
Mhm.
We have it.
Mhm.
Like I say, we can grow anything here. Whether it's tree crops,
Mhm.
soil is deep, it's rich.
Mhm.
Yeah. Whether it's cash crops, again, beautiful soil. lots of water.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my friend, what more do we need?
Mm-hmm.
What more do we need? Yes?
Yeah, and I know speaking to you in the past, Mr. Andall, you mentioned that we should move away from gasoline and diesel powered pumps and we should look at the natural drip
Well,
coming down
well,
because we built
well,
kind of hilly.
and this is again to our advantage. We can irrigate literally all our crops
Mm-hmm.
by gravity feed
Yeah,
because of the mountainous
region that
topography of our
yeah,
country.
yeah.
Yes, we
Mm-hmm.
can do it easily.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, I don't know, many years ago, I think it was the French or some other country built a system in, I think it is Hope, Hope, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where they took supply from way up the river,
Mm-hmm.
run the pipe all the way down,
Mm-hmm.
and farmers was able to tee off from that main
Mm-hmm.
and get water for the farms
Mm-hmm.
using no pump,
No mechanism.
no mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I'm saying let's learn from this now. I
Mm-hmm.
have my farm in Hopeville
Mm-hmm.
has the same system.
Yeah.
I don't use any pump,
Mm-hmm.
no pump,
Mm-hmm.
and the entire 10 acres is watered. There is pipe all the way through it.
Mm-hmm.
Open the pipe and voila, water
Water.
in abundance.
Yeah.
You got to buy gas, you got to buy diesel.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing breaks down except a pipe.
Yeah.
Maybe now and again you repair a pipe, and
Yeah.
that's it. So I'm saying there are examples there.
Mm-hmm.
There are examples there, and it's not difficult.
Yes.
It's not difficult.
That's wonderful. Tell us a little bit more in terms of the symposium. When is it going to happen? Who's going to be there if you know the speakers or whoever already? And where is the venue and who can come?
Right, right. Thanks for that question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so about a year ago, I was invited. I don't remember how, but I got invited to some similar symposium in Guadeloupe. Yes,
Uh-huh. I love Guadeloupe.
yes. And I met these folks there, and they were so exciting. They wanted to show us how to plant rice. They
Uh-huh.
said we can grow rice in dry areas and stuff, and wanted to show us other plants and fruits that they have, vegetables that they have in Guadeloupe.
Mm-hmm.
And it dawned on me that although we are Caribbean islands,
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing how we differ in some ways,
Mm-hmm.
although we so much alike,
Not only in language.
and not only in language. Yes, so there is a number of different fruits and vegetables and varieties. And I'm saying, oh, if the Caribbean start talking to each other, the people start exchanging ideas and coming together, we could learn so much.
Yes.
And it's from that I decided to invite them
Mm-hmm.
to come to Grenada for
Okay.
this symposium.
Okay.
So really, it's about exchanging ideas,
Wonderful
exchanging
initiative.
experiences.
Mhm.
Looking what we do here. They tell us what they do over there.
Mhm.
How can we work together? How can we cooperate, integrate, whatever, exchange ideas? So that's the basis for this symposium, basically.
But I understand Andall and Associate is foot in the bill as
Yes.
well, which is absolutely
know-
wonderful. That shows your commitment to agriculture. You're not only talking it, but you're pulling out from your back pocket.
Yeah, I'm one of those foolish guys. I get an idea, it makes sense, I go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Once I can afford it, I go ahead and do it. So I invite them to come down here. They pay the airfare, and we take care of them while they're in Grenada.
Yeah.
And
And where's the symposium going to be held?
right. So this, no, let me explain, because the word symposium sounds big and it's like,
Yes.
but basically what we're doing
It's a
is
exchange.
more field experience, meaning we're going out into the field, doing stuff, explaining, talking to one another. Although we're going to have a session, an open session, where
Uh-huh.
there's, the
Yeah.
different speakers who would explain
Yeah.
stuff to us. But it's been held at, there's a conference room upstairs, Seatec gas station in Grenada.
Yes, I
And
know
that will be the center for all the discussions.
Okay.
Yes?
I know that conference center. I've been there a couple of times. It's nice.
Right. Yes. So we have an opening ceremony on the first. That's a Tuesday
Mm-hmm.
at 6 p.m., 6 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Then on Wednesday we're gonna have a sort of in-house session.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, different speakers. Um, on Thursday we will start visiting the farmers,
Right. Right.
different farming community.
Okay.
So that is Thursday, Friday. Saturday is reserved for the big parish,
Yeah.
Grenville, St. Andrews, St. Patrick's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And then we closing ceremony on Sunday
Okay.
back at upstairs the gas station
Okay. So the we kick off the opening
on Tuesday,
on Tuesday at what time?
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Yes, because most of the guests coming in during the day.
Uh-huh.
That's why we have the ceremony at 6
Okay,
p.m.
okay, okay. So you're gonna settle them in and give them some water and
Right, yes.
refreshment, and then you're gonna expose them.
Yes.
Okay,
At
sounds good.
6 p.m.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But what about the guests from St. Andrews who have to come down for 6 p.m.? You overnighting me?
I know it's difficult for some of our guests, but we want to encourage you. We
Yeah,
want to encourage
yeah,
our
yeah.
farmers to listen.
Yeah.
Come, let's share our experiences.
They're coming all the way
Let
from
us share our experiences.
Yeah.
That's so important.
yeah, they're coming all the way from Guadalupe and other places. I mean,
Yes.
surely
Let's
I
let them feel welcome.
Yeah.
And let's
Surely I
let's-
can make it from St. Andrews to town.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, yeah. So it sounds really good. And if people wanted to find more information, are you on the internet anywhere where they could kind of go and log in?
Well, I'm not on the internet, sorry. But we are inviting the media houses to cover the event.
Uh-huh.
And the hope is that whoever need to tune in will be able to tune in to see what's happening.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds wonderful. I mean, those of us who are listening out there, if you have any thoughts, we'd welcome your thoughts. It's an opportunity to share your ideas and views. Now, moving along, Peter, if I can kind of concentrate a little bit in terms of what your thoughts are in terms of what we need to do to move agriculture forward. You're in the heart of agriculture. You're in Paraclete. Mr. Pierre, what you say? We're in Confaro.
Yes, that portion of Paraclete is Confor, just sitting below Grand Fork.
Yeah,
Grand Fork is one of the rich nutmeg area in the community.
yeah.
But
So,
on the question of the symposium, would it be anybody from agriculture, the livestock,
Anyone, in fact,
fishing,
anyone and everyone is invited.
the Ministry of Agriculture?
We sent out a letter to them. We haven't got no reply. Needless to say.
that is important. The Ministry of Agriculture and the Forage Department, they're also involved in agriculture. So they should be hungry to join any initiative. Michael?
yeah,
It doesn't matter who organizes it, the Ministry of Agriculture is important.
yeah,
If they are here, I want to beg them and encourage them to join in on this symposium.
yeah. All of us
The
want
Ministry
to
of
invite
Agriculture,
them.
the Cocoa Association,
Yeah,
and the Nutmeg Association,
Yes.
the fishermen, the people who are involved in CMOS production, the beekeepers. They should join that symposium.
In fact, we have a presenter who will be showing us how to extract coconut oil from the coconut. Not boil it, but live press,
Cold pressed.
cold press. That's the word. That's the word. Cold
Yeah.
press coconut oil from
Yeah.
coconut.
Wonderful. Yeah, but Mr. Andall, I'm very much interested in your views and thoughts because it's not often we get a man of your caliber to come and discuss with us. And why I'm so interested is because I know, well, somebody used to say to me, but follow Peter. You don't see Peter leave the supermarket to go and do farming. Peter know where to go, you know. So tell us about your views in terms of agriculture. How do
It's
we move it forward, Mr. Andall?
farming. We haven't appreciate. We haven't been able to appreciate the value of farming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the importance of farming. Really, you know, when you think deeply about it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, very soon the one who control food will control the world.
Yes.
Not oil and whatever. It's not whatever.
So that is something that a lot of the academic thinkers believe.
Food,
Control food, you control the
food,
world.
food would,
Yeah.
will be the oil of tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
because the population is getting more and more,
Mm-hmm.
and you cannot do without food.
Mm-hmm.
You could do without light in your house.
Yeah.
You can't do without food. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you need food.
Mm-hmm.
So, to me in Grenada, we haven't prioritized food production. We figure, oh, well, we could get, rice and we could get pasta, whatever. else.
Yeah.
But my friend, first of all, our local food is the most healthy,
Yes. 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 Mm-hmm. I firmly believe.
sustainable,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes we believe that food is expensive. Local food is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
We find it easier to just buy a pound of rice or a pound of pasta, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so we don't appreciate really
Mm-hmm.
the food that we grow locally.
Yeah. And this is a man who's saying that who has a chain of supermarkets with all kinds of food being sold in his supermarket. So listen.
Yeah, but you see, our local food is nutritious. It's much healthier. It is what we should consume. So uh, we should be willing to pay good money for good food.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Let's do, and I know sometimes we figure, well, it's fig and it's potato.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
understand me?
Yeah, yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
But they are the best starch.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They are. You
Yeah.
understand me? So we better, and not only that too, as someone said, when the boat stop come to Grenada, what do you do?
Mm-hmm. And the estimate is that if the boats stop coming within 2 weeks, our system is just finished because we have 2 weeks supply of food.
Yeah, no food.
Yeah, but Mr. Andall, there's something that you said to me that is counterintuitive to many people. They wouldn't believe this. I was doing consultation on poultry at one point with all the supermarkets. And what Peter Andall said to me is this: we're not being serious unless we increase the bound rate and the duties in terms of imported chicken. And this is a man selling chicken imported from his supermarket. And
This
he
is a
said,
man importing chicken.
yeah, importing chicken. And then he said to me, if we have a local industry in terms of poultry, people are going to come to my supermarket and they're going to buy things and they're going to circulate money and it's going to be better for our nation. And I said to myself, wait a minute. This is a businessman who is a greater nationalist than a businessman,
Well,
the interest of the country was paramount to him.
let's look at it this way. Could you imagine? I don't know what is figure on. You probably know the figure better than me. The millions of dollars we spend on importing chicken into Grenada every month or every year.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Imagine that money in Grenadians' pockets. Let's imagine that.
Yeah.
That millions
Yeah,
is in Grenadians' pockets
yeah.
to spend in the economy. What does that do to the economy?
Yeah, it boosted like nothing, like rocket.
This is so simple,
Yeah.
and I can get it. And here we are. We are quite capable of producing chicken in Grenada. I mean, there's no question about it.
We are producing.
And I'm saying, can't anyone see the benefit of just we growing our own chicken? Is that rocket science? St. Vincent, Barbados, Trinidad. It's all
Guyana.
around us. So
Yeah.
why Grenada? Why for once we are so laid back and we lasted in line? Why? You know, Grenada used to be first in line. You know, we have so much force in Grenada. We carry so many hats of being first and first and first. I could go down the
But
line.
Barbados and St. Vincent, I tell you, Grenada is very fortunate to have nutmeg, have cocoa, unlike St. Vincent and Barbados. So Barbados perhaps invested more in poultry, but Grenada always pump up
Well, well,
with the
well,
spice and
well,
the
well,
nutmeg.
well. Why can't we do both?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh? Could you imagine this amount of money in the rural community? Because,
Yes.
mind you, if we develop the chicken industry in Grenada, you know who benefits the most? The rural community,
Yeah. And
not
I
the people down in the hotel belt.
yeah, and I estimated when I did the calculation, we would have like 200 million circulating in the rural economy. But I want to hear my distinguished friend, Mr. Batty's views on that. Why is it not happening, Mr. Batty's?
Well, first let me say how impressed I am with Brother Andall in talking about the rural economy.
Yeah.
Listening to him,
Welcome. I've been impressed with him since I met him.
he's echoing the sentiments I've been expressing for a very long time. I believe 20 million pounds of chicken into Grenada. I think that is ridiculous. I think we could even cut that in half over
A
a
short
10-year
period.
period.
Yeah.
Over a 10-year period, we can see some economic activities in terms of employment, and the economy would benefit significantly. Well, I think the first thing that we need to do look at the economy overall, and I've heard him said that our local foods are healthier, and I quite agree. But
And tastier.
we have to look at on the realistic side. A single woman head of household is not looking at healthy. She's looking at a belly
Price.
belly
Price.
full, and that have to be taken into consideration. So I feel
And I'll share something after you finish.
I believe what we need to look at is the ways how we can assist our farmers to compete. I think as it stands now, our farmers are competing with the rest of the world with their hands tied behind their backs.
Yes, I agree with that.
And
Mr. Pierre is the one who told me that, and I totally agree.
I believe the first thing that we need to do is to take off the handcuffs from our farmers,
Absolutely.
level the playing field,
Absolutely.
provide the necessary support
Absolutely.
because of the past experience from way back from the Millibug era when a lot of farmers became disoriented and left the market and the problems with the bananas, and a lot of them give up. A lot of them have grown older and have left us. So with the young farmers now, we have to find ways to attract them in agriculture. And one of the ways we attract them is to assist them in setting up. Some of them have no lands. We have to look at expanding our land banks because we have a lot of wastelands. We have to get to the owners and work out some things with them where they could deposit these lands in agriculture so that our young people could have lands for farming and give them the necessary support. So we can. It was done before. There was a time when we were self-sufficient. We in the rural areas didn't import as much. We had the lad pan and pork, the black pig, the Grenadian pork. We had the corn in the roof, the yam under the bed. And on a Sunday we eat a Grenadian meal. So we have to go back and look at where we went wrong and how we could correct that. And I think we can. I don't think it's difficult to do so, but we have to have the political will because it involves politics. I mean, we could say as much as we want, but the policymakers have to set aside serious money for agriculture, not just the piecemeal that they're talking about and talking about it, but we need to commit $100 million, just like we have done for other things. $100 million put pump into agriculture. Agriculture have a lot of areas. We need to look at the livestock. We look at farming. We look at agro processing and Most of all, we cannot live out fishing because fishing is an important part as well. We have to assist our fishermen in catching more fish, finding ways, giving them better crafts so that they could preserve the texture of the fish and come ashore so that we could utilize it and make it cheaper for our people.
Oh, okay, Mr. Baptiste. You've been pretty comprehensive, and I was listening, and it was good to listen to you because it made my brain lazy. It's like you were just pouring out all the kind of answers bit by bit, and I got lazy in terms of that. But I would like you to drill down. What would you say is the number one thing that needs to be done? And I think you said it a little bit when you mentioned, the political will, and then you went on to a figure. But what would you say we really need? The number one thing in agriculture that we need to get some stimulus going?
Let us look at the poultry industry for one. We've been saying for years that too much imports. I think it's now 20 million. I don't know in terms of dollars how much it is, but the first thing we need to do is to look at that and assist farmers in with the materials and the hatcheries and the feed is a
It
problem.
used to be about 30 million, 34 million. It fluctuates a little in terms
Well,
of import.
we cannot have a vibrant poultry industry with a high cost of feed. So we have to find ways. We have to look at the agreements that we had. We have to see if these agreements are up to date and how we could find ways to compromise with the feed makers and
Yeah. Okay. So let me share something that you alluded to, which was very insightful of you. I did a survey in the area called Birch Grove about 7 years ago in terms of trying to understand whether the local population understood the issues of chicken. And the survey was checking to see whether people realized that local chicken was healthier and better. And the response was they do. They fully understood that local chicken was better. When we asked them what do they buy, almost all of them said they bought imported chicken. And when we said why, it was because it was cheaper. So the point you make about price sensitivity is a very important point that we always have to kind of take into consideration in terms of these kinds of policies and discussions. So going back to Mr. Andall, don't become lazy as me listening. you know. So, Mr. Andall, not only are you involved in terms of the retail wholesale business, but you're farming, and you've been farming for a number of years now. What would you say to young farmers who want to get involved in farming, besides coming to the symposium?
All right. So let me go back on the chicken issue. Because sometimes I feel we kind of go around the edges and don't drill down on what specifically should be done to jumpstart the chicken industry. And the first thing is, as you said, price. Now, how do we get the price of the local produced chicken at a point where it will compete with the
Imports.
imported chicken? And the answer is simple: duties.
Yeah.
So, in my mind, and I know some people say, well, I'm trying to kill Grenadians, make them pay more for chicken. But you see, sometimes there's a
balance.
payoff. Yes? And you have to look at it. Okay, so what's the payoff? And that's important. What is the payoff? Yes, for a while, the chicken price, the imported, the local chicken could be a bit higher than the imported chicken. However, in my mind is simple. I will put duties on the imported chicken, and use that duties that you collect to subsidize the price of feed.
Yeah.
And I don't know that is such a difficult thing to do.
Yeah. Mr. Andall, it sounds like Mr. Baptiste is talking. Mr. Baptiste, what you have to add to that? Because I've heard that line before.
Of poultry products coming into Grenada, because prior to that, when they were negotiating in Uruguay, Grenada did not protect the poultry industry because we had no viable poultry industry at the time. So now that we are looking to get involved, I don't believe it should be just taxing, because when we tax, things become higher, the prices become high, and the people at the bottom of the economic ladder, they will feel it a lot more. I mean, again, the vulnerables depend on the back and neck and the chicken wings as the only form of protein. So I think the first thing we need to do is to subsidize the local for a while. Subsidize the local. And we could subsidize them in several ways. Number one, we have to look at the hatchery. Government have to get involved. We have to look at the feed. Government have to get involved. We have a company here, ADM. It has been concluded that the agreement with ADM, which strangles the poultry industry and of course the livestock industry, that agreement seems to be null and void. We need the will again and the expertise, the legal expertise, to say to ADM, look, your terms of reference was to assist develop the poultry industry in Grenada. So far, with 20 million pounds coming in, you have failed there. And we need to go back to the table and say, we're not running your way, but we liberalizing, just like we did with the telephone, the telephone, where at that time AT&T was the only telephone company in Grenada, and now in the Caribbean, now they break up in small pieces. We need to say, look, let us liberalize the feed mill and encourage more people to come in and invest in the feed. We need to do that. Let us look at our farmers. A lot of them are cash strapped. The banks are not necessarily friendly to farmers without much collateral. So again, we have to go into $100 million pool where we assist people with building materials, with the chicks. We have to baby them. I mean, if we're going to get the industry going, government have to step in and do their part. So we need massive subsidy, $100 million, looking at the hatchery, we're looking at the feed, we're looking at technical support, and so on. And in the meantime, we have to have a friendly discussion with the importers. And we're going to say to them, we need contract farming, so that local youths can grow buds, and we have a lot of empty facilities. The GCNA building, they can grow buds. In 6 weeks, they can drop off the live buds somewhere, get a check, get the chicks, get the feed, and go back to work, and so on and so on. And this way, that will cut down on the imports. But just taxing alone would cause more inflation. And so we have to make the sacrifice, and I believe that's the way we have to go.
But do both of you think that there's a role for the CBI Transformational Fund to play a role in the poultry industry?
Well, I don't think it probably would be unfair for I and the brother to determine where and how government should get the resources
you
from.
have a view. It's not government.
I'm-
So what's your view?
Well, I believe there should be at least $100 million pump into the agriculture sector, where we have a liberal lending loan, a revolving liberal lending loan to small farmers and fishermen as well, because we can't leave them out. And through that, we can jumpstart things and get it moving. We need an agricultural bank, for one. And that agricultural bank, the policies must not be like what we have now, where you have to bring in your great grandmother's paperwork to get a loan. Government is taking risk. Look, the great United States of America. Part of the reason why 3% of the American population could fill the water is very simple. They have what they call the FDIC. They insure the loans. Government insure the loans. The farmers go in here, they take loans, they buy tractors, they buy stuff, and even with smoke, with tobacco, they still subsidize that. And then the government come back and they buy back the products and they give it out as foreign policy and they help their farmers. So we have to look at ways of how we could help our farmers. And you see, government cannot stand by the wayside. You can't stand with your arms folded and talk about a 40% set aside for a local industry if you're doing nothing to assist people in meeting the 40%. So it calls for money and participation with a lots of money.
Okay. Any thoughts, Mr. Andall?
Well, I have lots of thoughts. And let me correct. I didn't say taxation alone. That wasn't my point.
Yeah.
But it to me it's the pillar you would need, because you're trying to get the price of the local chicken to compete. So there have to be a leveling of the playing field.
Yes.
So it's not that alone. That's what I'm saying. I've advocated for the longest while establishment of a fund for farmers. That is so basic. We're giving all kind of money to all kind of people.
Yeah.
We have what's the economy now? What's the new economy we have in Grenada?
The blue economy?
Not blue. The technical creative industry.
Oh, they're creative.
And I'm saying, show me how the other Grenadians benefited from this.
Yeah.
Show me. Show me how.
Yeah.
So look, there should be a fund for agriculture that any agricultural farmer can tap into.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have no security. None. My friend, this is not difficult. Sorry, this is not difficult. There's just no willpower. No willpower to jumpstart the agriculture. And like I say, to me, it's because the powers that be, there's no money to be made from it.
Yeah.
Go in the pockets of their body.
Yeah. So, Mr. Andall, can I drill down on you? You say no willpower. When you say there's no willpower, you mean there's no political willpower?
Yes. A lot of talk and talk. Well, remember, we was promised. We go, what was it? What's the slogan? I use it on my program also. Moving agriculture forward.
Yeah, moving
up and up and up and up. What have you seen?
Yeah.
In the 23 budget, they budget how much $1 million? The promise was we will increase the acreage on the
Production.
root crops by some amount of acres. I don't remember the amount of acres. If it's 10 or 20 or 40, I don't remember the figure. What has happened since? Tell me. What has happened since? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Our food supply has gone down, not up. And let's not blame burial.
Yeah.
Because burial didn't affect root crops. Let's be straight up here.
Yeah.
Burial didn't affect root crops.
Okay.
But what now in Grenada? You can't find sweet potatoes. We keep putting tons of sweet potatoes out of St. Vincent to feed Grenadians. Yams. Tons of yams coming in Grenada to feed Grenadians from St. Vincent. So where is that $10 million that was supposed to be spent on increasing the acreage of root crops in Grenada? Where did it go, by the way? Someone could tell me? Who got it? Where did it go? Where was it spent? Grenadians don't ask any question. We don't ask any question.
There's another $30 million that was given to the world. Was given by the World Bank to Grenada for the development of livestock.
Okay.
I have not. That money has been there for over 2 years. I think the first year it rolled over into the second year. And the last I heard from was that they did not have the personnel to meet the requirements for drawdown. And what they were looking at setting up coordinators, which means that they're looking for a job for the boys now.
Yeah.
So,
Let me come in there. Let me come in there.
Go ahead.
Because I've often said, you could have the best of ideas. If you cannot implement it, you're wasting time.
Yeah.
It's another idea that fall by the wayside. And this is a problem. The present structure, whatever we have in Grenada, they have no idea how to implement. None. So they have great ideas, this, that. Money's been put aside for it. And guess what? Allocated for it, and guess what? Nothing happens because they have no idea how to implement. My friend, if you're going to implement projects, you must have executive experience. If the people don't have no executive experience, they would not be able to implement.
So you see that as the major problem holding us back.
Well, it's
because
obvious.
We're not short of ideas. As you
Lots
say.
of ideas.
Yeah, and
Implementation, zero.
implementation is
None.
is low.
None.
So I'll come back to you with that implementation because in the back of my mind is marketing board. But
Ah,
and I want us to have 5 minutes on marketing board before we finish. But I want to go back to something you said earlier on because I think it's worthwhile. One of the things that you suggested with the poultry, and I've heard it in one form or another, is to use the income from the tariffs to subsidize the feed. I had never heard anybody else say that before, but I've heard people say use the income from the tariffs in terms of for the industry. Now, based on what I heard you said, it would work. It would work in leveling out the pricing mechanism. It will work if we implemented the WTO policies, which is products should not be sold below the cost of production in a country. So if we implemented the existing legislation that's in place and we added the new suggestion that you had, it would work. Not only would it work in terms of poultry, it'll work in terms of pigs.
but
as
Josh,
well.
let me just interrupt a little bit. When you said the present legislation, do we have anti-dumping legislation here?
We don't have anti-dumping legislation,
then-
but about 4 years ago, there was an agency from Suriname which came to Grenada and showed the technocrats what they needed to do in terms of protecting the industry, and nothing was done.
Well, let me just inform you that I did obtain a copy of the dumping legislation from a former Minister of Agriculture in Trinidad, and it is somewhere in the ministry or in the Ministry of Legal Affairs. I don't know whether or not the laws are formulated to pass locally, but the Legal Affairs is quite aware of that piece of legislation. We got it from Trinidad, so it's there. But you said earlier, and you said again that we must use the money from the taxing, from the duties on the imported. You see, we always have to be mindful of the people on the bottom of the economic ladder, and we cannot put more pressure on them at a time when our economy is struggling. So we while we must say to the importers, look, we need you to start buying from the local farmers, the young people that involved. We have to be very, very careful about this overtaxing because chicken become too expensive then.
We're not talking about we're not talking about overtaxing. I actually was involved in the experiment in terms of the costing of local back and neck, and the price difference was negligible. What the issue was that we would not have enough back and neck locally to supply the market. It wasn't a pricing issue.
You see,
So, and just let me just share. I'll be quick. because it's your program and Mr. Andall. In Jamaica, they have the system where back and neck comes in, and all the other parts of the chicken is restricted, and it works fairly well. And a lot of the other Caribbean islands have the same system.
Well, first we must go on a buy local campaign. We have to do so. First, we start off with a plan, with some serious people, some technical people, and people that can implement, not politics, not the politicians.
Yeah.
We come up with a serious fund away from the traditional banking system where farmers can access loans easily. We must have that. We must look at contract farming, and I can overemphasize on that. Because in order to compete with the imports, we must be able to produce locally. And once we start producing enough locally, with the assistance of government, because the WTO only say you cannot subsidize agriculture for export.
Yeah.
But the WTO did not say you cannot subsidize agriculture for local consumption.
Okay.
And America, as it is here now, is using that wisely. They buy from farmers and they give it back. They give it away to people.
Okay, Mr.
Yeah.
Baptiste, I'm going to give you a little rum shop talk now. A lot of people don't expect that I go to the rum shop. But as far as I'm concerned, the WTO don't even know where Grenada is. They don't even know Grenada exists. They don't care about Grenada. We don't produce 1% of the world production. And if you're not producing 1% of the world production, they don't care about you.
No, that's not accurate. No, it's not the WTO. It's the interest, the special interest groups.
Yeah.
We cannot.
The special interest group is the U.S. and it has always been. Those are the ones who actually will step in and say, especially in terms of chicken, they want full access. And that happened with South Africa when Obama was in power. They virtually blackmailed South Africa to take U.S. chicken because South Africa won the court case against them that they were dumping chicken on them.
Okay, so let me come in here. But why are we even talking about this? Because, like I said, we do have to reinvent the wheel.
True.
There's countries in the Caribbean who have used the same tactic of putting higher duties on the imported chicken. So that's not new. I mean, Grenadians are not the poorest people in the world, guys. That's not true. Grenadians are okay, and the Grenadians who don't want to work and they're struggling, that's their problem. They need to get up and work. So we keep saying Grenada, and I'm saying St. Vincent did it, Trinidad did it, Barbados did it. So I'm asking, why it is so hard for Grenadians?
Yeah.
It was a twofold thing.
So let's just copy it.
Right.
Let's just copy what they did.
Subsidies for the local farmers, massive subsidies for the local farmers, and the restrictions on the import in whatever form of whether is the amount they bring in or the increase in using the boundary that's given to us now. But
we keep
Yeah,
talking on one
Mr.
fingers,
Andall.
and it's like
Mr.
it's
Andall.
hard, it's difficult, it's
okay.
hard, it's hard, it's
Yeah.
hard, and I say, okay, well,
Mr. Andall, that's why you're a businessman.
no.
Because you make it simple.
yeah,
It's already
let's do
been
it.
done.
It's been
Let's
done.
do it.
Yeah,
So why is so difficult?
Why is Grenada so unique? It can't
Exactly
do it.
so. Let's just copy it and do it.
Okay. So
Do it because, like I say, the benefits
Yeah.
far outweigh.
Okay, so I have to put some order in the discussion now because I want to talk about marketing board, but
Okay.
My passion was going up.
Yes.
yeah.
Just-
So let's talk about
Just before you go on marketing board, maybe shock therapy is the answer. Because one, we recognize that the government itself is collecting money based upon the duties from the sale of chicken.
Yes.
We are advocating that this money must be used to subsidize feed. Secondly, the company seems to be selling feed cheaper in foreign countries than
Yes, they do.
yes.
This
Yeah.
should cease.
Yeah.
Third, government have marketing arm in agriculture. The marketing arm in agriculture must market.
Yeah.
And next, those people who they put to implement, they don't know nothing about implementing.
Yeah.
So you get implementers.
Okay.
And maybe it shocked all of them.
Yeah.
While we continue to explain, we have a social safety net program
Yeah.
to provide for the destitute poor.
Yeah.
So that will cover
Yeah.
the price matter.
Yeah. And so, yes, that's true. Good summary, Mr. P. I appreciate that because
That's shock therapy. You know,
yeah, I should be summarizing. So thank you. So Mr. Andall, you were the chairman or chairperson in terms of marketing board for
No,
us.
no.
Okay, you tell
Not
us
the
who you were.
chairperson.
Okay, tell us your position because at one
I was
point,
the acting CEO.
okay, because at one point we were all looking at you. We were so pleased and so glad that a businessman was there. Tell us about your work. What happened in terms of that? We have 5 minutes. I'm being told by our producer.
Yes, well, I was there for a short while. And needless to say, the board at the time had recommendations made to government, and government, in its usual belief that it knows best, decided against what the recommendations that was made by the board, and decided to close the marketing board down. It's as simple as that. And despite our pleadings to the prime minister at the time, he was, you know what, I couldn't be bothered. Marketing board don't making no sense to me, so I want to close it down. In a nutshell, that's what happened.
So why do you get one of the top brain in the country who has a track record of success and not listen to him?
Right. So that was my point exactly. Boss, you wasted my time. If you put me on the board to assist, don't now usurp the board
Obstruct,
and,
yeah.
and decide it on your own that you know best. Then you don't need a board. So I was like, bye-bye. There's no need for me here. You understand? Because it is too simple. The marketing board is a critical
Part. Yeah.
part if you're going to develop agriculture in Grenada. And I have another idea about the chicken. You know, the marketing board could be the one selling feed to all the farmers in Grenada. Yes, if you don't want to directly subsidize the feed, then the marketing board does do that. They just sell the feed to the farmers at a subsidized price. They could do it.
Yeah.
That is why they have monopoly on sugar and rice and
Yeah.
rice and whatever else they have. It's simple, huh? Really? I didn't even know that. That's the reason they have monopoly. Let them do it. The marketing board could do such good work, my friends. They could do such good work in moving agriculture forward. It's insane.
Yeah. So marketing board makes sense because a lot of people
Lots of sense.
are critical of marketing board, but from your short time there, you see it as critical.
Critical.
Okay.
Critical. If you are good, you see what Grenada agriculture lack basically is organization, is structure.
System structure.
Structure is lacking in Grenada in agriculture. You understand me? And this is the organization that can provide structure. Plain and simple. Not Ministry of Agriculture. Waste the time.
Right.
Waste the time.
Yeah.
Show me a farmer who would say to you that over the years, the Ministry of Agriculture made sense to them. None. None.
But you have to be careful, Mr. Andall, because we have an ex-Minister of Agriculture and we have a lifetime worker in terms of agriculture. So,
I'm very sorry we don't have much time. It's a good thing.
Yes.
When you want to respond to this question.
Yes, the Ministry of Agriculture has made no sense during my lifetime.
But I think it'd be a good opportunity for us to take a couple of minutes, maybe about 5 minutes, and sell the agriculture symposium. I think it's really important, Mr. Andall, because perhaps I've not been hearing it outside, so that means a lot of people.
Thanks
So
for
we
the
want to
opportunity.
try to sell that program.
Thanks for the opportunity.
And we beg again, perhaps we might have to pick up the telephone and call the Ministry of Agriculture and tell them, get on board.
Folks, exchanging ideas with your fellow farmers, to me is critical. It's important. It really could help provide a new perspective as to what you can do in farming. We don't have all the ideas here. There's farmers throughout the Caribbean has wonderful ideas, new techniques, you know. So we that exchange of information to me is really really critical. So I'm trying to invite all farmers in Grenada to let us come together and learn and experience from our fellow Caribbean farmers um, good good farming techniques.
Yeah, good farming, agricultural
Yes.
kind of practice.
Yes.
And as myself and Mr. Pear have said in the past, nobody's coming to rescue us, especially on this kind of white horse and a sword and a cloak. We have to rescue ourselves. And in many ways, what Mr. Andall is doing is taking up the challenge and saying, we can feed ourselves, we can innovate for ourselves, we can learn, we can grow and develop the agriculture sector. And, you know, I'm fully by his side, I'm fully behind him. And I want all our farming community to support that initiative. He believes in it so much that he is bearing the cost. Mr. Andal also is a farmer, so he's not talking the talk. He's walking and talking the talk. So the least we can do is support. And it's at 6 p.m. Is it what day?
On Tuesday, 6 p.m.
on Tuesday at the CTEC conference room. And the CTEC is the gas station opposite Republic Bank in Morris Bishop Highway. It's very easy to find. There's a number of buses that goes there. And there's parking available, especially in the evening. You know, so do your best and let's support, let's attend in terms of that.
You could appeal to the different organization, Nutmeg, Cocoa, the different. I say perhaps you could appeal to the different.
Yeah, okay. We want all the organizations that is involved in agriculture to support cocoa, nutmeg, farmers, fisher folks, CMOS people,
Everyone.
everyone to support you, and you're most welcome. Everybody, you know, you're most welcome. If you haven't met Mr. Andal before, he's a very personable man, and you'd love just to have a few words with him. So we invite you. Come along, learn, share, because it's a two-way process. It's not just about sitting down and just taking in, but there's going to be practical, practical examples in the field that's being done, so that those who learn by seeing, they can do that. And then is to implement.
Yes, we just close it.
So, Mr. Andal, you have the last word. I want to say to you, it's been a pleasure having you here. And it's also been a pleasure having our ex-minister, Mr. Baptiste, here. I know Mr. Baptiste is going to be a feature moving forward in terms of agriculture. Like you, he has a passion in terms of agriculture as well. And the more people who demonstrate their passion, I think we will be heard and we will move the rural economy forward. So, Peter, once again, I can't tell you how grateful we are that you've come to the studio in Confora to share your views. So thank you so much. And we wish you all the best with the symposium.
Right, good. Thank you for inviting me. It's been a pleasure. I love talking agriculture, as you can see. I got a passion for it. So, but it's anytime I'm willing to get back here again and let's talk. Let's keep the conversation going.
Yes.
Let's keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
Really, agriculture is will be our savior, guys.
Yeah.
It will be.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
definitely the farmers is the one to make the decision to store the government, to give the government direction, and to demand that agriculture be subsidized and in what area. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well,